Hey everybody, today's words to live by are: beware of over concern for money or position or glory. Someday you will meet a man who cares for none of these things. Then you will know how poor you are. And that is from Rudyard Kipling. And I liked that quote so much that I actually used it in two of my books, not one, but I put it into to two of them because I think the key word for me in this is over concern. So it doesn't say you shouldn't have any concern. I don't think it's a call to strive for poverty or for a lack or something the opposite of abundance. I think it's over concern for material things. And so I think his point is that society often glorifies a lot of the material things that we find ourselves chasing over the years. And then you sort of meet a person who values things that are beyond material success. And so it really urges us to rethink what rich means. And I would argue it's character and compassion and inner peace. And I probably wouldn't have given that answer maybe 25 years ago. When I was in my 20s, it would have just been something different than that. But I think as time goes on, there's this fine line between providing and having a healthy concern for the things that you need to live the life you need to live. But there's then over concern where it becomes an obsession, and it becomes something that material success is the only thing you're about, and it leads to a pretty hollow existence. I know I'm thinking of one, maybe two people in my life in the past who have just been all about the money. And it actually turns out that they probably ended up with less money than they would have if they weren't so preoccupied and obsessed with it. And I think what it causes you to do is when you have that over concern, you become distracted from all of the other virtues of life and all of the other beautiful things that are happening around you. And it sort of steals some of the joy out of the journey. And that's my observation, from experience and from kind of noticing habits and behaviors from other people. And so I think for me, when I read that quote, it sort of calls me back into line and says, like, don't have that over concern. It's a difference between the healthy concern and sort of striving for the things that you need to provide and that you feel like you want to provide to other people. But then there's just the over concern, obsession where it almost turns into a grift, and you're just all about the material success, and that is what your character is. And I think that's not a great way to sort of go through the longevity of life. So, a powerful quote there by Kipling, and I hope you found some perspective and enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit the like or the subscribe button. And I will see you all again very soon.